Hello everyone, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
And I'm Nick Kinsel.
We're just going to be talking about what just happened this week at Michigan and Texas and what happened with Haley Deegan at Colorado. So,
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be getting into that.
We got a lot to cover here today, guys.
Yeah. So let's see what you got for your diecast of the week.
Diecast of the week is 2015 Advocare Ford Fusion. So this was Trevor's first year full-time in the Cup Series. Ran like dog crap that year, but I can get into that another day. But it's almost like his 2014 Xfinity scheme. It's almost identical, to be honest with you. So this was... What's funny is I got the 164th as well, but like Lionel, like they only made a few of them, and people are selling them on eBay for like $50 for
Really?
a 164th. This is the Walmart one. This is the Walmart style one. Because the 164s, they just really never made them. And the ones that they did, they're going for like $45-$50 on eBay. So I was like, why in the world would I pay for that? Well, I can just get the Walmart one for $8. So yeah, I mean, first year in the Cup Series, it was a solid paint scheme. I don't have a door off of this car. It was off of the Xfinity one, but these are almost identical paint schemes. So
Right.
yeah, that's the one for this week. And we got the same old.
Got the same old setup with
Yeah. We got the hauler, we got the dash for cash.
mini helmet.
The mini helmet. I'm trying to get that full helmet in. I just keep forgetting it.
Yeah, we'll get it here someday. So for my diecast of the week, I got William Byron's first Xfinity win at Iowa Speedway.
Speaking of Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, I thought it was fitting since we're going to go there this weekend.
Oh, that's signed and everything.
Yes, sir. In Junior Motorsports Certified.
Oh, there you go. Did it come signed or did
it did come signed? Yeah. For some reason, I could not find any William Byron win diecasts that were not signed on vinyl.
Not even on like Plan B sales or anything? Really?
No. Like at the time, because I was like pre-ordering them right when he won.
Right.
So, it is what it is. I met him a few times. I got things signed from him. So, those are the real memorable ones.
Right.
Still, like one of the freshest paint schemes in Xfinity. Yeah. I love the kind of silver.
I like the color on the 9.
Yeah, the neon green.
The neon green.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I got the 164. It's not the race version or anything. It's the same similar paint scheme. Doesn't have the Windsor sponsorship on the front hood, but still the same. And then I got a Bill Elliott race version of last year at Road America making his return.
Oh, yeah.
And what's actually funny about this, it has the yellow rookie stripes.
It's got the rookie stripes on it.
That's because he's never driven at Road America before. So
he has not. And I remember he had to attend the rookies meeting.
He did.
The rookies drivers meeting. That is absolutely ridiculous.
And me and my dad, we were at that race, so I thought, that was pretty cool. We got to see Bill Elliott's return, and might as well get the diecast of it.
That's awesome. I see you got a new edition with the picture this week
as well. I do. I have the picture, me and my buddy Nick and Dale Earnhardt Jr. when we met him at the World of Wheels last year. We waited in line for 2.5 hours, and we didn't think we were going to be able to go in and meet him because they kept cutting people off, counting people. Yikes. And they let our group, and then probably 20 people behind us, they stopped letting people go. So we're we got so lucky.
Had you have shown up 15 minutes later, you probably wouldn't have gotten
First thing we did when we were there, let's get in line.
Right.
Same thing we did when we met Tony. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's crazy.
You got to get in line first, and because you may never get that chance to meet people like that again,
Exactly.
Because he's retired, he's not going to be at the track all the time, so.
He will, in fact, be at Chicagoland Speedway because that's when NBC returns.
That's true.
And he floated around in that infield area a little bit last year.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know.
I didn't see him at all because I was in the infield and garage area, and I didn't see him at all. I saw all the reporters.
No, yeah.
No one else really, but I saw Parker Kligerman and.
I saw Parker because we had the Xfinity Hot Passes last year, so we met Parker, got a picture of Steve Letarte and Justin Allgaier.
Nice.
But I think Junior was down there one time for like a NASCAR America showing at probably like Friday at the track. So
Right.
but still, like you said, you never know when you're gonna get that opportunity. It might never come.
Exactly. And so yeah, let's get on into it. So
Before we talk about some racing, we got some breaking news that came out today. Nationwide is deciding to end its sponsorship with Hendrick Motorsports and Alex Bowman.
that's crazy.
Kind of came as a bit of a surprise, honestly. I mean, they had a 2-year contract going here, and they decided to pull out of it early. They said it was for business reasons, but Alex Bowman's having his breakout season right now. Like, he's really starting to have a really good season. So for them to pull out just like that it's kind of crazy.
It's just strange because he's finally doing a lot better, and like you said, I don't understand why they're leaving it all. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it blows my mind. I'm speechless.
Right.
Because I just read this like an hour ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, I don't know what they're doing. Like, there's a lot of sponsorship pulling out of Hendrick Motorsports. Lowe's just left, and now Nationwide is leaving.
Your two biggest sponsors for Hendrick Motorsports are gone now. Yeah. So, what does that leave for Alex Bowman? Exalta? That's about...
Yeah, he's got Exalta as well for a sponsorship.
And that's all I can really think of. Got Nationwide, Exalta...
Children's Hospital, but that's Nationwide.
That's a Nationwide Children's Hospital, so does that go away as well? Yeah. Probably.
And I read that they're still going to be sponsoring Junior for, probably, commercials.
Commercials, but they're not going to be sponsoring the car at all.
No. So... just leaves me to wonder, did they just jump the gun on, this kid's not going to do what Junior did? He's not going to be as popular?
I mean, even Dale Jr. in that Nationwide car, I mean, he was good, but he wasn't...
He didn't get many wins at all.
He wasn't great at that car, so...
Well, he wasn't really that great with the 88. So.
Ever since he made that switch, yeah. But I'm not going to get into that because I ain't going to piss off a whole lot of people.
Just saying championships would have been won. Thanks, Teresa. But, so we got Chase Elliott. He's going to be honoring his dad with the 1981 paint scheme during the Southern 500.
Saw that car a couple hours ago. It's pretty badass of him to be honoring his dad with that. So, yeah. And, man, we're counting down here, man. We're 2 weeks to the day from when RVs can start hauling into Chicagoland Speedway. Catch me there Wednesday when those gates open, and catch me there with a beer in my hand 10 minutes after that.
We'll be there with lots of stickers. So
lots of stickers there. Doesn't that be cool if we were able to record a show out there and everything?
Hey, we can try it.
We can try.
Let's just let's hold our drinking afterwards. So. We're not making a fool of ourselves.
We're going to be drunk and doing the stock car spectacle.
It'll be our little segment.
Oh, man. How many drunk people can we find?
Yeah, right? Maybe it would look like a Portnoy's video of the infield. Yeah.
Oh, man, if we find the right people, that could be funny.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And so we're going to be going to Iowa Speedway next month.
We decided earlier this week we're going to make the trip out there to watch the K&N and Xfinity race.
Yeah.
Should be a good time.
I've never seen a K&N race.
I've never been to Iowa Speedway, and I've never seen a K&N race either. And we will get to see one Miss Haley Deegan.
That would be awesome to see her win.
Oh, well, hey, this past weekend in Colorado, she gets the bump and run again for her third K&N win of her career, taking out teammate Derek Cross.
That was awesome.
See, the initial thing that I saw first, I was like, damn, she just straight up dumped a teammate. But then I saw another video of the initial restart where Cross got into her. Yeah. And Derek Cross was being a little whiny baby on Twitter afterwards, being like, oh, but she was like 15 car lengths behind me. Dude, she was right there.
Yeah, she was racing.
It's not like I mean, this is Haley Deegan has proven to me that she's going to do whatever it takes to win. She doesn't care who the hell you are. Mm-hmm. If you're a teammate or anything, And she got a little Rowdy Bush in her
Yeah,
right now. A little old day Rowdy Bush in her right now. I love it. Keep it up.
Yeah, and she was saying, like, I don't know if you watched her video afterwards,
Oh,
and she was like, you know, you're going to wreck me? Like, you're going to race me like that? I'll race you like that. I'll wreck you.
I love it. I love it. Haley Deegan's going to be a star.
She's no Natalie Decker. She's no Danica.
She's actually winning in the equipment that she's in.
Exactly.
And she's fast week in and week out.
Yeah. Well,
It's awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised to possibly see a championship in a
Cannon.
Yeah. Is she racing for points in the Cannon right
Yes, she is. So
Okay.
I think she's got to be up towards the top there.
Probably.
She's
I mean,
got 3
second win of the season.
She's got 2 wins on the season now. I think all 3 of her wins have been the last lap pass.
Yeah.
But hey, do whatever. She's got a little intimidator in her.
Exactly.
She ain't afraid to put the bumper to you. I love it.
Good executions. And
I don't know how the team owner was after that, but I'm sure he's like, hey, it's a racing deal. She didn't flat out tear your car up. She moved you out of the way.
Hey,
Vintage
bump and
short
run.
track racing.
Exactly.
That's why I love short track racing. And Haley Deegan, kudos to you. Keep it up.
There you go. There you go.
And now, I'm getting a little tired because our next segment here, the ARCA recap.
You know, I was at work. And,
you didn't miss much.
Yeah, no, I told my dad to record it just because, you know, anything can happen with these races. I come home and it's like 50 laps in, my dad's got it on. And I'm like, why you got it? I'm trying to like not see it. And he's like, nothing's really happened. And I'm like,
It's just follow
All right.
the leader style. Racing is boring. Congratulations, Michael Self. You finally got yourself a win, but god damn, man.
finally,
Again.
I don't know. Michael Self is one of the top dogs in the ARCA series, man.
But god damn, man. 18 cars enter this one. So last week we had 4 cars finish on the lead lap. This past week we only had 3.
Yep.
My God, get me out there. I could probably run at least 12th in that car.
Get Cartman out there.
Yeah,
the Viagra, or the
In the
Vagisil.
Viagra car, yeah, or the
Vagisil.
Vagisil car.
Yeah.
Get Cartman in the damn Vagisil car out there. Oh,
It's
man.
so like
What a
sad to
disgrace
watch.
to motorsports,
It
man.
really is.
How do they keep going? That's
Yeah.
what I want to know. Like I said, it's literally Venturini Motorsports. It's the Menards ARCA Racing Series. It's such a joke. It's ridiculous. Like you said, the only exciting part of this race was Ty Majeski running out of gas, going for his 3rd straight win
Yep.
on the last lap, and Self takes it because Self almost let another one get away.
Yeah.
He got lucky there, but that was the only exciting part of that race. The rest of it was complete.
It was all, you know, follow the leader stuff. So, you know, they really got to fix something because I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off saying this, but I'd rather watch Formula One right now. Because it's
Honestly,
basically
like-
the same. It reminds me of the same racing. You know, Formula One, you get these guys, and like you know who the winner is by the second lap because they're already like a second ahead of each other.
Clap Lewis Hamilton.
Well, I don't know if you saw the race at all this weekend, but
Oh, the 5-second penalty. I heard about that. That was.
and you know, in NASCAR, they wouldn't have cared about that at all. He made a pass through the grass.
Yeah.
He didn't Earnhardt.
Oh,
So then they gave him the
God.
penalty, and he crossed the finish line first, and
That's so.
he kept his position. He stayed exactly where he was when he made it through that grass.
That's why F1 is just dumb.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get into it at all.
No, it's so boring to watch. Like like I
Like, I
said,
got a buddy who watches, and I'm like, how do you watch this, man? Like, it's so boring. He's like, oh, no, it's actually really interesting. Oh, yeah, it's really interesting watching one guy
just dominate the whole race.
I hate that style of racing,
Yeah.
like with these push-to-pass buttons and everything.
Mhm.
Like, it's just so technical. Like, get in there and drive the damn car.
Right.
Ugh. That's F1 for you. But, alright, moving on. We got the Truck Series, SpeedyCash.com 400 at Texas. The return of the Biff.
I was very excited for this because I liked Greg Biffle growing up.
Oh,
like,
Greg Biffle,
he
even
was awesome.
like after he retired from full-time racing, he's hilarious, man. He's got a bucket of fried chicken, all the 69 remarks and everything. I was hoping somehow Kyle Busch was going to get that 69 on that truck.
Right.
That would have been hilarious, but let's get into this. It looked like it was going to be a strong, promising day for old Kyle Busch Motorsports with Todd Gilliland and that Ford truck leading the field to green. I was finally like, He's finally going to prove to Kyle Busch he can drive.
Yeah, but we'll get onto that
We'll
later.
get into that in a little bit.
And then we got a caution on lap 13. Gus Dean makes contact with the wall.
Gus Dean, another schmuck, man. Came up from the ARCA series. Who's he driving for? I forgot. Tyler Young. He's driving for Young Motorsports, right. I think. I mean, come on. Like, I'm hearing Gus Dean wrecks as much as Natalie Decker wrecks.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's get into that.
Ooh, yeah.
Woo! Can't wait to get into that, man. Caution with 12 to go in stage 1. Cody Rohrbach gets heavy damage and makes a stop on the backstrap. There's a lot of cautions in this race.
There was.
Even in the first stage, man.
Yeah, it was really exciting. And then Angela Rutsch, she makes hard contact in the turn 2, which brought out the red flag. And I think it was like one of the shortest red flags.
Right,
it was like a minute and 30 seconds.
Right.
So it was just because, fluid on the track. They had to get that off of there.
And then Johnny Sauter goes on to win stage 1.
Yes, sir.
Continues his truck domination a little bit here.
Another championship favorite.
But with 24 to go on stage 2, Johnny Sauter takes heavy damage. Goodbye.
You think he's really loving those stage points right there then?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yep.
I hate Johnny Sauter. I mean, he's good. He's good for the sport and everything, but he's a little whiny boy too.
Yeah.
He's a little potty mouth too. When things aren't going his way, he's hating on his team and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's a little hothead right there,
yeah,
but
a little Kyle Busch there.
But he's good for the sport. He's good for the truck series.
Oh yeah, one of the big veterans. Him and Matt Crafton are
they're so good in the series, but still,
not a fan.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
And we got a Cody Roper spinning. I think Cody Roper qualified in the top 10 for this race.
He was racing pretty good. I mean,
I don't think he has a sponsor on his truck.
No,
he's got the red truck.
Totally blank truck.
It was a totally blank red truck.
04 truck.
Because he qualified. It was another mile and a half earlier this season where he qualified 5th, I think.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it really sticks out.
It really just sticks out because he doesn't have a sponsor on his truck.
Never really heard of this guy before.
Never really heard of him before this season. He started racing this season, so hey, good for you, man.
Yeah, becoming like Ross Chastain,
Right, like taking those underfunded equipment and getting the most out of it.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Ross, I don't know if we mentioned this on our last show, but now he is racing for full-time points in the Gander Outdoor Truck Series.
I don't know. I like it and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like it for the fact because I think his truck is faster than his Xfinity car.
Yes.
So I like it on that aspect, but he's only got 7 races to go to try and get himself a win and be in the top 20 in points. Top 20 in points, I'm not worried about. I think Ross Chastain can do that. He darn near won stage 1. He got some stage points, so I definitely think he can get in the top 20 in points, but getting another win is going to be tough.
Yeah, but we know that he can do it in, mediocre. I'm not saying that the equipment he's in is mediocre, but it's not Kyle Busch Motorsports material.
Right, exactly.
But we know that he can do it, so I'd say he's got probably a 70% chance of making it into the playoffs.
I think if I had to pick a track where Ross is going to win, Gateway's coming up. Gateway could be a potential one right there. Hell, it would be awesome to see him win at Chicagoland.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The sisterhood track at Kansas Speedway, where Ross Chastain has a win on the year.
Might as well.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I would have a few beers in celebration of that.
Oh, hell yeah. And we got to find the Watermelon Man. We got to interview him.
Oh, dude, that would be sick. Oh, and on the restart, we were talking about this could have been the day for old Todd Gilliland.
Yeah.
Spins, heavy contact with the turn 2 wall.
Everyone had trouble with that turn 2 wall.
Boy, Todd Gilliland, man. I mean, we're talking about you in negative ways on this show. More than the positives, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And I really thought, when he first started coming in, he was going to be another Christopher Bell or Eric Jones. He
had chances. He got robbed last year of at least 2 or 3 wins.
Oh, yeah.
Running out of gas at Texas, the Noah Gragson incident. That's a little ass head, Noah Gragson.
Oh, man, that was great. Come on, that's just hard racing, man. That's hard racing.
That was a teammate right there. Oh,
hey,
man.
teammates don't matter on the last lap. I think we all know that.
That Canada track has put on some good finishes.
Oh, yeah. Cole Custer and
Nemechek. All right, what the hell was that, though?
That was the day I started hating Nemechek, dude.
Because what is that? I mean, you want to talk, there's hard racing, and there's just being a total and John Nemechek just straight up just drove Custer into the grass. But then the best was Cole Custer going and spearing him, man. That just
awesome.
reminded me of some WWE action right there. Like, Nemechek's like, give me the flag. Give me the flag. And then he's like, oh, crap. And then he gets speared. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I saw Cole Custer the next year at Road America, and I was like, hey, man, got more tackles in for him?
What did he give you, like, just a little smirk, or what did he say?
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just kind of, like, smiled, because, like, Cole Custer, he's one of the shyest guys.
Right.
So,
oh, man, but yeah, back to Todd Gilliland and this Kyle Busch Motorsports truck team here. 2 out of 10?
Yeah.
2 out of 10 for everyone who's not driving the 51 truck. So Harrison Burton and Todd Gilliland show up. Harrison Burton's running consistently in the top 10, but that's not good enough for if you're running a KBM truck.
Right.
Like, you see the 51 truck of Kyle Busch out there. He went 5 for 5. Like, you got the equipment, but I'm telling you, I've said this about 4 or 5 times on this show. If Todd Gilliland doesn't win this year, he's gone.
Right. No,
and then I think he's going to go to DGR Crossland.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean,
Gilliland's going to pick him up, but you blew your chance pretty much.
Exactly. You're in top-tier equipment, and you can't execute these finishes, so...
Harrison Burton, give him some time, but Todd Gilliland's been there before, so I think the time's running up. And Kyle Busch is not afraid to express his angerness on his truck team now. His trucks right now, especially that 4 truck.
That's for sure.
All right, let's move on a little bit. I'm sorry, Todd. No harsh feelings, but it's time to show up here a little bit, man.
All right. Due to technical difficulties with the computer, we had to stop, but now we're back. So let's get on.
Let's get right back into it.
We're going to be talking about Tyler Ankrum. He spun onto pit road, and he saved it. He went untouched. Didn't touch any of the pit road walls, and he didn't do an exact Keselowski going into his pit stall. Right. But still, nice moves.
Doing good things in that DGR Crossley truck.
Oh, yeah.
Someone else, not so much, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. Yeah. Jordan Anderson had quite the night. He was up there battling for the lead at one point. I was like, what the hell?
Right?
Because usually you see Jordan Anderson competing for 15th or 20th. Mm-hmm. So good for that team, but he took a spin coming out of turn 2. Yeah. So that kind of dampened their night right there. He came home 15th, but still, that was good for him to be up there running up front. That was kind of awesome to see.
Exactly. That's like his own team, too. So,
exactly.
That got him a little bit of maybe publicity. Hopefully someone will see that, he can really race with this kind of equipment.
Well, he had Mark Martin sponsoring his truck for a while with that podcast and everything that Mark Martin did. So, hopefully, that got him some publicity and they can get a little bit better equipment and he can get rolling a little bit more.
Too many people pass him up.
Oh,
I think he's really, really good.
I think he can get it done.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Hell, put him in a DGR Crossley truck. See what he can do in it.
He would actually get some friggin' wins on that. Put him in the 54.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Dipple, his name always makes me laugh, but brings out the caution as he gets loose from Sheldon Creed. Possibly a cut tire. He spins, makes hard contact with the wall in turn 2.
Just many cautions in this race.
There is. A lot of turn 2 wrecks.
And here we go. Week after week, Spencer Boyd and Natalie Decker makes contact at the backstretch, and around she goes.
For once, it wasn't her fault.
It wasn't her fault for once. And actually, she was running she got herself up to 12th when that happened. So maybe a little bit of step in the right direction, but it totally got punted out the door as soon as she went for another spin. I think she's throwing up a truck in every race she's been in, but maybe one.
Yeah, she didn't tear up that truck though.
She only went for a spin, but she still got in a wreck.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see when she has a clean race.
Wait and see, week in, week out. Come on, David Gilliland, get her the hell out of that truck.
Yeah. And then we got Stuart Friesen. He gets loose under Greg Biffle running for the lead. He makes hard contact with him, or not with Greg Biffle, with the wall in turn 2.
how about the Biff up there with that competing for that lead? He was running.
I was excited.
He was running like 5th all night. I was like, just get him up there and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then substance abuser Austin Wayne Self comes to a stop on the apron and brings out the caution. Quite an interesting 2019 season for him so far.
Yeah, right.
Because Bubba Wallace had to step in that truck for a little bit, and while this man was doing the no-nos out there, he got caught. Don't get why you do it, but it's gonna cost you.
I still wish they would release what they were doing.
Right.
You know, as you know, Spencer Gallagher. I want to see what he was doing after that Talladega win last year.
I know what Spencer Gallagher was doing after that Talladega win.
Oh yeah,
he might have
found whatever was in the infield there.
His nose might have got a little itchy that night. Oh man! All right. So after a hard-fought restart with Matt Kraft in the 88, the two veterans going at it. Greg Biffle earns himself the victory and wins the triple truck challenge that he no longer gets.
Yep.
He does not get that $50,000.
Wait, why not? I didn't read about that.
I think he's not eligible for it because of something. I think he gets to keep the $50,000, but he doesn't get to. He's not entered in the truck race this week, but say he entered, he wouldn't be eligible for it because there was like a cutoff date. The cutoff date was like June 4th or something.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. I think
they only got him for this race, this past race?
I think he only gets some money. He gets the $50,000, I think, from that race, but that's it. He's not eligible to run for the other.
Gotcha.
Say if he won those next two races, but hey, I think Kyle Busch right here is a damn genius. After what he put on Twitter, a damn genius.
Hey, I liked and retweeted it because he is.
Get someone in your truck who you know is going to go out there and put on a show and win the damn race.
That's for sure.
His other boys just started doing it, so he's like, well, I'm going to put someone in my truck who's going to win.
Let's get the Biff.
What does Greg Biffle do? He goes out there and he wins the race.
Damn straight.
Put this guy in the truck, man.
He deserves it. He deserves he deserves a full-time ride.
That'd be cool next year if he got to run for like a Kyle Busch Motorsports.
That'd be so cool.
Get him in the 51 truck. He can just do what Johnny Sauter and Matt Crafton do.
Mm-hmm.
Just old veterans hanging down in the truck series because they don't want to run up there because of how many races there are, and they got their families and everything.
Exactly. Maybe a little bit too competitive for them.
Right. So you hang out down there and you put on a total ass whooping.
Exactly. And we know Greg Biffle can obviously do it.
Yeah, he can do it. I mean, he was out of the car since 2016. What does he do? First race back? Oh, I'm gonna go and win me a race. And a totally different new package and everything. Exactly. He hasn't driven a truck since what? His last truck win was in 2001. Greg Biffle hasn't been in the truck in quite some time.
Yeah.
2001, I was 2.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And he comes back his first race and does that. Good for him. I hope to see him back in the truck.
Oh, yeah. I hope to see him just around the racing world in general. Right. Because he is a true racer and he doesn't deserve to, be sitting on the couch when other people that don't deserve these rides.
Daddy's money, man.
Yeah, daddy's money.
Week in, week out, daddy's money is going to get you in a race car.
Exactly. So we're going to be going into the Xfinity race, the LTI Printing 250 in Michigan. Paul Menard led the field to green. I was actually pretty surprised that he grabbed the pole.
Yeah, me too. Well, he had some pretty good equipment there. Penske cars in the Xfinity Series are pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying his Wood Brothers team is bad or anything, but if you're gonna run an equipment like that, you gotta perform in that car.
We know
so.
Penske and Joe Gibbs, they're top in Junior Motorsports, top teams.
I mean, Brett Keselowski, Joey Logano stepping into an Xfinity car, you're almost certain they're gonna run in the top 5.
Oh yeah. Race. Austin Cindric, he still needs some time, but he's still adjusting. So
yeah.
Paul Menard,
This is Paul Menard.
He's all right. He's just there for sponsorships.
He's another daddy's money issue for me right there.
Yeah.
Grandpa's money.
He's been racing for a while though. 2007 or 6 was
one win to his name.
Yeah, Indy.
The Brickyard. Yeah. Hey, if you're gonna win a race, why the hell not win the Brickyard?
Yeah, right. Hey, it's one of the crown jewels, or is it a crown jewel?
It is a crown jewel race. Okay. I think it's Darlington. So we got Southern 500, the Brickyard. Is it Daytona 500?
Yeah, Daytona 500.
Are those the 3? It's got to be
600.
Coke 600. So we
Yeah.
got 4, and so win one of those. Hey.
You really put a name for yourself there.
Yeah, but ever since then, it's just been.
Yeah, running a little bit better this year.
He's running better in the Wood Brothers car for sure, but still
nothing to compete for a win.
Nothing too impressive. So,
No.
cautions galore. Start early in this race. Lap 5, Dylan Bassett and Ray Black Jr. spin exiting turn 2. Some starting park cars going at it.
Yeah.
Speaking of starting park cars, man, that 89 car. What Landon Castle's been able to do in that, he practiced that car again and he got it up in the top 20.
Right.
Like, get that team. They only don't run the whole races is because they have Morgan Shepherd's team has one set of tires that he has to use for the entire weekend.
Right.
And that is not going to last you. Get this guy 3-4 sets of tires, and I think he can bring that 89. Even Morgan Shepherd was running top 20.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, he's got a good engine under that car.
Just needs the tires.
It's a year older model car, though. He's got the 18 Chevrolet instead of the 19.
Oh, yeah,
so that's
right.
kind of, but still, to be running in the top 20 in like practice and everything. He's qualified the car pretty well, too. Landon Castle, he practiced that car 9th 2 weeks ago, but he couldn't finish the race because they only had one set of tires. So
Right.
that kind of sucks. If just one time somebody buy that guy some tires, if Morgan Shepherd can get a top 20 in a race.
Right.
If he can stay in the car for that long.
Yeah, I
Up
don't
in
know.
age, but-
Morgan Shepherd, I don't even know how old he is. I think he's...
He's in his 80s.
he's definitely in his 80s, so I just, I don't want to be saying anything bad about him, but I just don't know of, like, his age, if his body could handle...
He's 77 years old.
Okay.
I don't think he could handle a 200 lap race.
Yeah, no, it's a little too much for someone of his age.
Say Landon Castle gets in there, then maybe Landon Castle brings home a top 20.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they could because, we've seen Landon Castle do all right in really, really bad equipment. We saw him, like, he still wasn't getting good finishes with the Starcom car.
Right.
But, he was doing a hell of a lot better than some other people running in that Starcom car. So
Absolutely.
we know he can run in those cars.
So yeah, get him some tires and see what he can do.
Yeah, definitely.
So lap 12, Riley Herbst in that Joe Gibbs car making contact with the wall, and Jeb Burton spins on the backstretch in a separate accident.
That was really strange how this stuff happens sometimes,
You get one accident over here, and then there's another accident back there. It's weird how it goes sometimes, but Riley Herbst tearing up a Gibbs car is not a good look on him.
No. I want to see Riley Herbst do good because I really think he can be, like, up and, like, maybe running in the top in the Xfinity Series, but I don't know, he's just too young,
Right.
and he's just racing these cars.
I think he wrecked in practice and he wrecked in the race. So not a good look for him.
Got a little too much fire for him right now.
Right. And then Paul Menard goes on to win stage 1, the only stage he's going to win all year.
Yeah, right. Christopher Bell winning stage 2, and then with 54 to go in the race, Chad Fincham gets into Gray Galding and sends Galding spinning.
Two more
schmucks
probably battling for 30th place.
Yeah.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Then, but Galding missed everything, went without a scratch, so saved that car and they can use it another weekend.
I bet you Chase Briscoe wasn't too happy about this next one. 49 to go. Tommy Joe Martins gets into Briscoe, setting him spinning in turn 2, but no damage for the 98 of Briscoe, but I'm sure he was not happy about that.
No, not at all, because Briscoe, he was having a good race that day.
He was.
And Briscoe, he needs some time to adjust from the truck series too.
Oh yeah.
Because they run a totally different schedule sometimes. So.
And then third race win of the season, the 2-car Tyler Reddick gets it done with Noah Gregson earning a second place finish. Good run for Noah in Junior Motorsports.
Oh yeah.
But my God, RCR Tyler Reddick. This is absurd what I'm seeing out of this car.
Because, years in the past, even last year, 2 years ago, we didn't see anything coming out of those RCR cars. Even Austin Dillon, Austin Dillon, he got maybe one win a season with them.
Right.
But they're not doing what Tyler Reddick is doing.
What in the world, man?
He came out of nowhere.
Because
he was running, part-time sometimes. He won that one race with Chip Ganassi a few years ago.
He won in the 42 car.
Is that Kansas? I know it was a 1.5 mile track.
It was either Kansas or Kentucky, I think. One of the two.
Either way, that was the race that proved, this kid
can get it done a little
Yes.
bit. And then wins a championship at Junior Motorsports, and here he is. I think he's doing way better with RCR than his championship season, but look for that title defense to be in full swing this year because Tyler Reddick is figuring it out. You look on the speed charts, week in, week out, Tyler Reddick's somewhere in that top 5.
Exactly.
Mainly in that top 2 with him and Christopher Bell.
Yeah.
But Tyler Reddick, my God. And then I read a report that he's going to be running some more cup races this year.
Really?
And that
31?
Yeah, in the 31 car, he got a top 10 at Kansas, I think.
Yeah, he did. He ran really
He ran up
good.
with those cup boys,
Yeah.
so that proved to me right there he's ready for cup racing. And then next season, Richard Childress wants to get him in a car.
Yeah, you think they might open up the 27?
Whether it's an RCR car or a team affiliate car, so one of the two.
You think he might go to? Do you think Germain Racing might open up another car for him?
They might. I kind of hope they don't. I want to see Tyler Reddick in an RCR car with RCR power and everything doing his thing, because what he's doing this year, the kid's having himself a year right now.
Oh, yeah.
Full title defense in swing right now.
I mean, if you get, Austin Dillon, I think he's a mediocre driver, but if
he ain't going nowhere.
No, but, he's going to stay in that 3 till he retires, as long as Richard Childress is alive.
Yeah.
So, if you got Daniel Hemrick and you got Tyler Reddick all on the same team, I think Richard Childress...
That's going to be a powerhouse team.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Hemrick's starting to find his groove here a little bit.
He's having a lot of speed coming, later into the season.
Later into the season, he's got his 2 best finishes of the season coming in the last 2 races, a 12th and a 13th, I believe. He was running top 10 in that Michigan race this past weekend until our final restart where he was on the inside line. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So the speed is finally starting to show up, and I'm one happy man with that. But, yeah, like you said, get Dillon not so much. Get Reddick and get Emmerich on the same team, and RCR is going to take off.
Dillon's more of a plate racer.
He's definitely a plate racer.
Yeah, that's what they build his car for. Really.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not seeing it at Austin Dillon.
No, not at all. He'll win the one-off races. He'll win off fuel mileage like he did with the 600.
Yeah.
He'll, get 1 lap led during the Daytona 500. Those are going to be the kind of wins.
We're not going to see, leads 100 laps and wins the race.
You won't see that at all. But let's get back into it. We had 40... No, wait. We already talked about Chase Briscoe. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we're done with this race.
Moving on. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race. The Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan. Sadly, race got postponed on Sunday due to rain, but Bubba Wallace, Corey LaJoie, and Daniel Hemrick had some fun with the fans.
I thought that rain delay turned into something great. You got the... Bubba Wallace and Corey LaJoie, Daniel Hemrick, they're all tossing the ball. They're playing catch with the fans in the grandstands.
How awesome is that? You are not going to see that in any other sport. Sure, you got some MLB players who will play catch with the kid in between innings, but these guys, you're not going to see a football player do that. You're not going to see a hockey player do that. You're not going to see this pretty much anywhere else but NASCAR. So that's why this sport is crazy. That's why this sport is awesome, is because the fan interaction is one of the most important things to drivers right there. That's awesome.
The fact that they went all the way down, all the way down the grandstands, amazing. I was, me and my dad were thinking, I'm getting a little bit worried for Bubba's arm. He's throwing that thing.
Flinging that bad boy.
You're gonna be running 400 miles tomorrow. Better be careful, man. Your arm's gonna get tired.
Corey LaJoie, if it doesn't work out in NASCAR for you, how about signing an NFL contract?
Oh my God! If something doesn't work out with Trubisky, let's sign him to the Bears, man.
Right.
That would be great. Put him as a backup QB. That's what we need.
Right, and then, so moving on to Monday, due to the World Cup, FS1 said that this race was going to air at 5 Eastern, so 4 o'clock our time. That is weird for a Monday start.
Yeah, but I think it was good for people getting off work too.
Absolutely.
They come in stage 1 is over, so
it was good because there was some early showers in Michigan that morning. So had they did a 10 o'clock start, that would have started in delay again. But sun was out. It turned out to be a pretty nice day for racing in the afternoon. So kudos to them on that.
And then we have Joey Logano leading the field to green, but Denny Hamlin immediately takes the lead on lap 1.
Denny Hamlin continuing this good rebound season after last year, not getting a win. Denny Hamlin's returning to Denny Hamlin. So good for.
Yeah,
good to see
I'm
that.
not a big Denny
I'm not
Hamlin
a big
fan.
Denny guy either, but you want to see the decent good guys run up front.
Like
and,
Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
Like, it's really weird to see him going on this weird losing streak.
I mean, even like he can't even barely get a top 10 finish out of races, man. Like this is.
It's like difficult for him.
Yeah, right.
And before, like week after week, when I was a kid growing up, I was like, "Stop winning!"
Absolutely,
It was
he's like
annoying.
the Kyle Busch nowadays.
Yeah.
Like stop winning. Oh, so lap 32, Martin Truex Jr. I got it. You guys remember last week? I kind of dug into Truex a little bit. Cuts off Kurt Busch for position, and Kurt has to move to the inside to avoid wrecking.
And that was a nice move by Kurt.
Saving that car.
that would have cost a big wreck. And Truex, he was just moving like an idiot right there.
That's why I don't like the guy. Plain and simple. Don't like the guy. He's a little baby, man. All right, 7 to go in stage 1. Joey Logano, Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola had himself a solid race going there.
Oh, yeah.
And Alex Bowman just lost his sponsorship for next
Poor guy.
year. Racing hard against lap cars for the lead. I got to say, this package put on a great show.
Exactly.
It was awesome racing. You can just see the close-up rate that these guys were able to get on other drivers. Like, he can be like a couple car lengths out in front going into the turn, but the guy's going to drive right up next to you, and he's there on corner exit. So the racing was phenomenal. We got some 3-wide action in there. So, like Denny Hamlin said at Pocono, like the package didn't work here, but this is a package that is probably going to work in Michigan. Like it's probably going to be one hell of a show. This is probably one of the better Michigan races I've seen in a while. Michigan always puts on a good show.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's different from California. I think before this package, it was kind of like follow the leader, kind of a snooze fest.
Right. But now,
Maybe
some pretty exciting racing we saw there.
This is one of the best years of racing I've watched.
Yeah.
Probably since I was like really, really young.
Right. So it's awesome to see. So Joey Logano went on to win stage 1, and that's where the domination really started off for this race.
Yeah, right. More like when he qualified for that pole.
My God.
So then we have Austin Dillon holding off Kevin Harvick to win stage 2. Hey, that was some good. We were just talking smack about Dillon, but
here he comes.
He held off one of the best in NASCAR for a stage win. So
good for him.
Kudos to him.
Good for him. Good for RCR. I love to see that. 71 to go. Boyer gets loose. Makes hard contact with the backstretch wall. Did you see Clint Boyer's his interview when he was talking? He was talking some crap about this package, saying like it's not real racing, it's frustrating. Like, I mean, like it's entertaining on the racetrack, but part of me likes to agree with that. Like it's
with Boyer
with his comments, like it's not real racing. Like before this. I saw this package play out. I was kind of on board with that. Like, when we're hearing drafting at a 1.5 mile track, I'm like, what is this? Like, you don't draft at a 1.5 mile track. You're like, what is this? So, I was kind of iffy about this whole new 2019 package. It's been entertaining as a fan to watch, but I can tell you these drivers are probably not so happy with it because to them it's not real racing. We've heard Kyle Busch mouth off about this before. Hell, you can't even ask Kyle Busch about the package anymore without him going off on you. But there's definitely some angry drivers with this, but if you're going to win races, you love the package. You either love the package or you hate the package.
Exactly. And I don't know, I've seen lots of guys make moves for passes, so...
It's easier to pass, but cutting some horsepower off of that, getting these guys closer to each other, I can get why some of these drivers are mad because you want the fastest car to always win the race. But I still think we're seeing that this year. Like, it's not like with this package, it's going to be like a Talladega style drafting and everything. Mm-hmm. You're going to get just what this does. It helps with passing. You get, like we talked about earlier, the closing rate that you're going to get on a driver going into a corner down the backstretch. You're going to get great runs and everything. And so that's why I love this package, because before, even on like a 1.5 mile track, like you're not going to get great runs. So this package is good for that, but I can also see from a driver's standpoint why they don't like it, because if you're a top guy like a Kyle Busch or Kevin Harvick, maybe you don't like it because it's opening up the door for a lot of new teams.
Right. Knowing NASCAR and how they change rules and packages every 2-3 years.
Pretty much based off of what the fans want, honestly.
So I'm sure we'll have something completely different within the next 2 years.
But for now, I love the package.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of it. The racing's phenomenal. I know drivers saying it's not real racing, but the fans, I can probably vouch for a lot of fans out here saying that they are loving it because I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah.
This racing, like you said, this 2019 season has been some of the best racing I've ever seen.
Exactly. We got this new package. I love stage racing.
Stage racing's awesome.
It's added so much more excitement because, before we just have long green flag races, runs.
It's all for the fans.
Now we can pile it back up and, see, people make dicey moves. There'll be a different leader.
What the stages do, you get that playoff point for winning a stage, and you get the stage points for finishing in the top 10, but it really just creates some strategy here.
Exactly.
It helps open up opportunities to get off sequence for different strategies, because you'll see guys pitting 2 laps before the stage end, before they close pit road. So I think it's awesome. You get these old school NASCAR fans that are like, this is the dumbest thing ever, but so I think it's helping because you get the opportunity for a playoff point, you get stage points, and it just opens up a whole bunch of opportunities for strategies that your crew chief can make. So I love it.
And those old school NASCAR fans, they just like to watch the winner be ahead by 2 laps and know who the champion is.
10 races before.
10 races beforehand.
Even before the old chase used to start, you already know who's going to win that championship.
I hated that format. I know we still got to put a little bit more tweaks into this format, but
it's definitely
they're going in the right direction.
They're going in the right direction. That's all that matters. All right, back to the Firekeepers Casino 400. 65 to go. So Austin Dillon won stage 2, but with 65 to go, he got loose into turn 2 and makes contact with the wall. His day's over.
Yeah, it just
sucks for him.
Again, aren't you happy that you got those stage points?
Absolutely. Stage points come in handy.
Yeah.
These points come in handy. That's what makes the racing so much more exciting because these guys want it.
Exactly. So, if he is one of those one-offs that do make it into the playoffs, then that'll help him.
He's going to look back at that playoff point right there and be like, hey, this helped.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
And so Eric Jones had himself an interesting day here in Michigan. Yeah. He was running up front most of the day. He got into trouble a couple times, but with 5 to go, he spins into the grass, and that pretty much killed his chance. Wound up finishing 31st, but he had an up and down day, mostly ups, but it ended with a 31st place finish.
Yeah, I was hoping to see maybe someone from Michigan winning at Michigan Speedway. There has never been a winner born in Michigan.
Keselowski was close.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he hasn't won at Michigan.
Right?
I feel like he's almost won at every track except Michigan.
Exactly. All right, and then total domination. 2018 champ Joey Logano holding off Kurt Busch in NASCAR overtime to win this race. He led 161 laps out of the 200 laps? No, wait, he led 109 laps, my bad. I think it was 101 laps out of the 160 we ran. I was about to say 160 laps. That's too much.
Yeah, right.
That's 160 laps is the whole race. But no, he led a lot of laps in this race, and that 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang was tough to pass.
Yes, it was.
Once he got out in front, even on the restart. All right, so I'm going to get your opinion on this. Did Logano jump the restart?
I don't think he did.
I just think Truex spun his tires. That's what made it look like.
Yeah, that's what happens when you got so much anxiety going into this restart. You'll spin your tires. It's exactly what Truex did.
Because Logano he nailed that restart.
Oh yeah, he took off. And then here comes Kurt Busch right behind him. I thought
Kurt might have had a shot at getting him. I think if he was able to get that bumper there, I think he would have.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kurt Busch for you right there. I think he would have gotten that bumper to the back.
I'm a huge Kevin Harvick fan, but Kurt Busch, he's my number 2 driver.
Let's just look at your wall here. We got some Kurt Busch cars.
Oh, yeah.
Here. We got it all down here.
Kurt Busch, I've been following him since I was a kid. And I think he's, I wasn't too big of a fan of him back in the day, I guess, because he was kind of like his brother.
Right.
But ever since he entered the 41, even the 78, he's really matured.
Oh, I think he jump-started that 78 team a little bit
he did.
There. He was really the first, because it went from Regan Smith to Kurt Busch, and Kurt Busch made the playoffs with the 78 car, so he really started that success.
He did.
Which Martin Truex would later step into and win a title with. So
right.
back to Kevin Harvick here. His team ruins another race for the 4 team.
Why would they go for 4 tires?
That one's on Rodney right there.
Yeah. You know, I don't blame the pit crew for once.
The pit crew didn't. The pit crew was just doing what Rodney was telling them to do.
I don't know if you saw Matt Weaver's interview on Twitter after, but Kevin Harvick, he was all mad after.
Oh, yeah. He
And
was
they're
giving like 2-word responses.
Yeah, and they're like, what do you think of Rodney's call with 4 tires? Like, I don't know, I just race. I just race.
That's all
he's-
really deep down inside. He's like, why the hell are you making that call, man?
Yeah, so I agree with Harvick right there. I'd be pissed off too if...
I mean, it sucks because he had another good car. He was flying, and then, hey, crew chiefs makes mistakes sometimes, and that one really cost him.
You know, they thought everyone was going to go for 4 as well, but, you know, sometimes pit strategy does not work out for you.
Not there, I don't think. So, moving on from Michigan, we got the Cup Series is off this weekend for Father's Day weekend, but we got the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series going to the Iowa Speedway. I mean, last year they put on some phenomenal shows there, so I'm looking forward to seeing these races this weekend.
I don't know why the Cup Series doesn't go to Iowa.
I really hope they do, because I think that's what they need right there. Another short track on the schedule.
You know, it's set up a lot like Richmond.
Perfect slot to get rid of New Hampshire.
And Kansas or Kentucky,
yeah,
you know?
Honestly, you don't need them.
Not at all. And, like, you know, 3/4 mile track, it's set up a
lot
lot like
short
Richmond.
track racing. So the trucks are going to go 200 laps, 175 miles, with the stage 1 and 2 being 60 laps, and then that final stage being 80. Last year's winner was Brett Moffitt. See if he can do it again with in that GMS car.
Last year's champion. Maybe we'll see a winner this year will be this year's champion.
Absolutely. And then the Xfinity Series, the U.S. Cellular 250. We got 250 laps, 218 miles. Stage 1 and 2, like the trucks, are 60, and then stage 3 is going to go for 130 laps. So that's going to be a long run to the finish.
Yeah.
Last year's winner, Christopher Bell, did not go on to win the championship.
So we'll see who gets it. Maybe Christopher Bell. I know. You know.
I got one. I think I got a couple guys in mind. So Truck Series, I'm aiming towards Moffitt again.
Mm-hmm.
Moffitt's really good at that racetrack. Xfinity Series, I'm going to get a dark horse pick in here. I think, well, it's not real. My dark horse pick is Noah Gragson. Yeah. You remember the video game style movie tried to make in the Truck Series?
Yeah.
Last year? That was awesome.
Yeah.
He had a fast truck there, so I look for Noah Gragson to be fast at Iowa, but I think Justin Allgaier is going to get the win this week. If Tyler Reddick has nothing to do with that, like, oh my God, expect Tyler Reddick to be fast, because expect Tyler Reddick to be fast everywhere, but my 2 picks are Gragson to run well and Allgaier to get the win, and then I got Moffitt winning the truck race.
Okay. Yeah, for my truck race pick, I got Johnny Sauter winning. And then for my Xfinity pick, I would say I also got Noah Gragson because he's coming off of a hot finish. He's got some momentum.
He's got some momentum on his
He's got a lot of second place finishes in the Xfinity Series, so maybe...
Time to turn in a win, man.
Exactly. And like you said, he ran hot last year in the Truck Series.
At this racetrack.
Yeah. And then, I'm going to have to go with your same picks, Justin Allgaier.
He's really good at this racetrack.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's good in the Midwest. We all know that. He won at Road America, Chicagoland, Iowa. Like, let's give it up for the Midwest guy. I mean, the only Illinois driver. Woohoo! Danica, we don't
associate with you, Danica.
Now that she's dating Aaron Rodgers, she's from Green Bay. So.
Right. All right, that's all we got for this week, man.
Yeah, I think so. We had a great show. We talked about everything that happened in Texas and Michigan, what's coming up in Iowa.
Getting closer to Chicagoland Speedway, everybody.
You'll see us there. Hopefully, we will not have a beer in hand when you see us. But
if we do, then oh boy.
Just know good times are coming. Woo-hoo! Good times are coming. So thanks for watching the show. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Hensel.
Thanks for watching the Stock Car Spectacle. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching.